6, Jagarrett Davis and the Argos defense have only allowed over 20 points during that stretch once. Meanwhile, Edmonton desperately looking for that home victory, their last win at Commonwealth Stadium coming October the 12th, 2019. They have lost 15 straight at home. Is tonight finally the night?
Yes!
Woo! We're feeling it in here. Gabe Burness alongside Davis Sanchez, Dave Naylor, Milt Stegall. We've got a doubleheader on Saturday night here for the CFL on TSN. But let's talk about the Argos for just a moment, shall we, Milt Stegall? And they haven't actually won in Edmonton since 2013. Woo. So this would be big on either side. But also the fact that the Argos, with their 2 games coming up against the Montreal Alouettes, they need this victory to separate themselves from Montreal to lock down top spots.
Yeah, they need this victory. You know, they're still in the position to win the East. They definitely control their own destiny. And regardless if they win this game or not, they just need to win one of those games against Montreal to win the East.
That's why Edmonton's going to win, Mill.
But more important than that, you talk about Edmonton winning. They haven't won a home game in almost 1,100 days. And eventually they're going to win a home game. You do not want to be that team where they can say, we beat you to stop our streak of losing home games. So even more important than winning the East, I'm sure, yes, they do.
They don't care about that.
Yes, I
we
promise
want
you.
to be the team that ended your streak. They don't care about that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about that.
All right.
Edmonton's going to win tonight. Because they have more, sadly, they have more to play for. It doesn't really...
If you don't have the best team, I don't care how much you have to play for.
Look, this isn't baseball. This is football. Emotion matters.
The Toronto Argonauts have been a very inconsistent team all year. I feel like they're the hardest team to predict, like what they're going to come out and look like on any given night. But there is one thing they've done very well all season. They've won the games they're supposed to. They're 8-2 against teams that are 500 or worse. They lost to Ottawa. They lost to Hamilton. This is one that, you know, it's a bit of a dangerous game because... Look, Chris Jones is, we called this season training camp for 2023, and he's going to start making final cuts. So, you know,
after this game, he's going to start cutting.
Maybe during the game.
You got to perform for the coach and GM.
You made a great point. You mentioned it earlier. The fact that they don't need to win this game, they want to. They don't need to win this game, but I think Edmonton wins for the motivation.
How many players has Chris Jones added and cut this year?
Oh, boy.
I know.
He tried to add you one game, Kate.
I know. I was ready to kick. I was ready to go. All right, let's take a look at our same-game parlay brought to you by FanDuel. Ches, you like A.J. Ouellette with an anytime touchdown, but Dave, you like A.J. Ouellette under the 54.5 rush yards. Milt, you like MBT under the 277.5. If all 3 hit, it's going to pay a plus 1162. Can Edmonton do it? Can they get a home win? Or can the Argos win for the first time since 2013 in Edmonton? Find out next. Tish Oxton of Canmore, Alberta. This is your chance to win big thanks to Save On Foods' $1 Million touchdown to win. If a kickoff is returned for a touchdown, you could win groceries for a year. If 2 kickoffs are returned for touchdowns, you could win $1 million. Let's get you to Edmonton and join Dustin Nielsen and Matt Dunnigan.
Yeah, it's the first half of our Saturday doubleheader, and it brings us to Edmonton. We're putting it simply, something has to give. The Elks have lost 15 in a row at home, almost 1,100 days without a win. The Argos have not won here at Commonwealth since 2013. That's a 9-year stretch, but a win today would go a long way for Toronto.
You got that right, and we're fortunate to have a couple of gunslingers on the football field tonight that can throw it all over the football field. And that's McLeod Bethel-Thompson. He's on pace for a little over 5,000, which is not bad. And he's 9-6 on the year, and he says he hasn't hit his stride. On the other side of the football field, you got this young man fresh off a new contract extension, trying to find his way through the Canadian Football League and figure this out on a week-to-week basis.
100th meeting between these 2 clubs. A big one for Toronto as they try to stay ahead in the race for top spot in the East. Elks officially eliminated, but this is something that they're going to be watching Chris Jones evaluating here moving forward and wanting to see who's still involved in this football game.
Yeah, talking to Jonesy on Zoom calls earlier in the week, you know, he's approaching this as a trial run for playoffs. So guys, pretending now, it's just pretend, but this is for real. We're playing for jobs, and we're going to approach it like that on a day-to-day effort basis, and they have all week long. Guys are pumped up.
Salisbury on the first return of the ball game takes it up to about the 30, and that is where Taylor Cornelius will get the ball for the first time today.
Yeah, and Dusty, Chris Jones was saying, Matt, you know, I've coached the coaches hard, and I want to coach these players hard the next couple of weeks. And they had music going, they had enthusiastic practices, and everybody's flying around. And obviously, when you're playing for jobs, that's going to motivate you as well. And that's exactly what everybody's doing tonight.
Last week in a loss to Winnipeg, 137 yards and a touchdown for Cornelius, 11 of 24. Starts here on his own 29. Will hand it off, and that is a big burst right up the middle as they get Kevin Brown involved early. A big part of this Edmonton starting offense brought to you by Expedia.
Yeah, starts with the centerpiece there, no pun intended, Mark Corte, homegrown product from the University of Alberta. Fourth year, first-year Eskimo-esque Elk, excuse me. Kevin Brown, boy, he took a pounding last week in a yeoman's effort, and got the veteran back, Manny Arson on the line. Manny show on full display here this afternoon.
First down to Brown to start the game. Go back to him here, and they're able to wrap him up. Let's take a look at this starting defense for the visitors today.
His teammates, well, Jagarrett Davis, if you want to go to Grey Cup, just play with on the team that Jagarrett Davis is playing for. 5 the last Grey Cup. Not guarantee you're going to win it, but you're going to play.
Get you there.
Yeah.
He'll get you there.
And Moama, hey, Enoch Moama in the middle. Just love this guy. He's just a few tackles away from 600 over the course of his career. Robert Priester. Well, this guy's flying around last week, laying the hat, causing fumbles and havoc.
2nd and 7 for the Elks here. Cornelius over the middle, wide open, has a completion down to the 50. First of the game for Cornelius, and it goes to Darrell Walker.
Yeah, really nice. Darrell's going to sit right over here, right over the middle. And you throw a dart to him. Wow. As I talked about at the top, McLeod and Taylor both have tremendous arm strength to make any throw on the football field, and the ball gets there in a hurry. Darrell Walker been doing it a while now. Texas A&M product, 3 1,000-yard seasons. He's had to pick up some slack with the absence of Kenny Lawler.
17 yards for Walker, and they're on to Toronto's side of the field. Dumping it back off to Brown. Brown forced backwards, pushing it back ahead, and he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit beyond a short pickoff of what looked like probably going to be a loss on the play.
Yeah, when you run a screen, you obviously are hoping to get a lot more, and like they have from Taylor Cornelius over the last 5 games, over the first 6, and he's made improvement. And I think that's what's garnished him that extension on his contract, and justifiably so. I think this young kid's got a bright future and got to play the game to learn the game, and that's exactly what he's doing.
27 years old at the helm of this offense for Edmonton. Far side, back to Walker, has a completion and a first down inside the 40, and a couple of big catches for the veteran receiver on this first drive of the game. And now some pushing and shoving on the far side of the field. The officials will step in and separate things there, but here's another look at that gun to Walker.
Yeah, rushing 3, spying 4, and he's just hanging out in the pocket, surveying the field, and locates Walker. Darts him on the 8 and the 7, he picks up a first down. Nice poise by Amarillo. That's why I affectionately refer to that young man as. It's where he's born, Amarillo, Texas. Plays ball at Oklahoma State.
Could be worse nicknames.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie had thrown the challenge flag.
Ryan, in that department this year is 2 of 10, 20%.
Edmonton is challenging that there was offensive pass interference. Excuse me, Toronto is challenging that there was offensive pass interference on the previous play. The play will be reviewed.
As Matt mentioned, 10 challenges so far this season, and it's had just 2 of them overturned. And let's get a look at this one.
Yeah, you're looking right here, this top receiver right there.
Dylan Mitchell.
Let's watch the youngster trying to figure it out. They just run a little curl route, and then he's blocking. I don't think that happens before the ball gets there or affected the play. No? I think that's what they're looking for.
They would have to have thought he could have got back to Gerald Walker before that ball arrived, essentially, right? Is that what they've been looking for?
Yeah, well, you're not allowed to block till if the ball's thrown across the line of scrimmage before. If that's a behind the line throw, yes,
pretty close.
You do that.
Pretty close, though.
That was tight. I mean, this is splitting hairs here. And that's, well, it'll be interesting the way it goes. I got a feeling Ryan might be going to 2-11.
Yeah, it seemed like he didn't turn until that ball was thrown. It looked like when that ball came into the screen, that's when he turned and started to block, essentially, right?
Yeah, it's really close.
Close call.
Couldn't have affected the play at all. So you're grabbing at straws, reaching for something there.
Interesting choice to fire a challenge out there this early in the football game.
Really?
Just not even 4 minutes in. Let's send it down to the field to get the official ruling.
Upon further review, the ruling on the field stands. Toronto loses their challenge, and they lose one timeout. It's first down for Edmonton.
Yeah. And, you just feel like you're handcuffed right there now, moving forward. Because
it seemed like a bit of a desperation play almost, but early in a football game.
But the block didn't affect the play whatsoever. It's a so-called block that they were looking for.
Now Edmonton will get that first down. Now they work from the Toronto 37. 4 options to the left for Cornelius. In trouble and taken down. They get home. It's Oakman, his 5th sack of the season for a guy who was an all-star last year.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to miss this guy. He's right there second. He's second from the bottom here, and you watch him do his thing. Just a bull rush, keeps working, comes off. Cornelius is flush to his right. Open there. That's basically the easy one right there.
Get out of my way, hey?
Engage, get off of me, and then flow to the football.
6-yard loss, 2nd and 16. Cornelius near side, multiple flags, looks like holding.
Holding, Edmonton, number 62.
Wow.
The penalty is declined. It's going to be 3rd down.
So this is an opportunity for Sergio Castillo to attempt another long field goal.
Well, we were talking about it a little bit before the broadcast. He has not been extremely accurate, from beyond 50 so far this season, but just 2 of 5.
Yeah, he's had 7 misses on the year. 7. And he's 34-41, 83% rate, which is not bad. But he's missed a 59-yarder, 47, 48, 48, 51, and 53. This one will be from 50.
50 in the right hash to put Edmonton on top early. Castillo has the leg and is able to squeak it through. And he knocks one in from 50. Elks on top, 3-0. McLeod, Bethel Thompson will have his first crack at it on the road here in Edmonton when we return on TSN. First crack at it today from McLeod. Bethel Thompson over 4,200 yards already this season, 20 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. He's 9-6 and has Toronto in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he's showing off his ability last week, scampering with the football. Right up the middle for a clutch first down late in the game to seal it. Being A.J. Ouellette. Very likable running backs taking over for Andrew Harris. He's been doing an outstanding job on the ground for this football team.
Now they tuck it into the hands of Hadel on the far side. And let's take a look at this Toronto starting offense.
Yeah, talking about Shane Richards gets to start. Why? Because Dejan Allen is back home, experiencing the birth of his first child. Congratulations, Dejan. Shane Richards, 3rd-year player from Oklahoma State. I've talked about Ouellette. I'll talk about him often tonight because he'll be toting the ground. And Gittins, he's just leading the league in the Canadian Football League as far as Canadian receivers go. He's 80 yards shy of 1,000.
Could he get there today?
I think he does.
Ouellette on the handoff, turns it upfield, rumbling ahead down to the 50, probably just shy by about a yard of a first down for Toronto, and a nice start to this drive.
We the North. Yes, he just, well, you know, there's so many layers to talk about when you watch that young man, A.J. Ouellette, run the football. His attack towards the game, his influence on this football team throughout the course of the year, the way he plays, a lot of fun to watch.
Back to Ouellette again. Up, wrapped up, didn't need much. Looks like he might be short, and that would bring up third down for the Argos offense. And quickly, Chad Kelly runs out into the game.
Oh, this is coming off the edge. That's Avery Ellis coming off the edge, right to left. 6-year player from Temple. Just coming down the line as you're taught to do. No responsibilities. 2nd and 1. AJ got the rock. See ball, kill ball.
3rd and about a yard. Kelly pushing ahead, and he's got it. Flag on the play. You saw it fly through your screen right at the end.
Offside, Edmonton defensive line. It's a 5-yard penalty. Makes it a first down for Toronto.
You're going to get it anyway, but
right.
Picked it up a couple of ways there.
Yeah, tough to see it from there. That's just a bunch of debauchery right there. That's all that is. There's a whole lot of bodies flying around for a yard and a half.
So job done for Kelly. Slides back to the sideline. MBT back in here. Working from the Edmonton 45. Let's take a look at this Edmonton starting defense tonight.
Starting with Jake Serez, and it starts right there. They call him Protein because he's a workout fiend. Runs stadiums, stairs here, and he's just lives in the weight room. 10 sacks in 10 games this year. Deion Lacey starting in the middle. I love that. 50-year player from West Alabama. And Scott Hutter, fresh off a contract extension himself. 3rd-year player from Wilfrid Laurier.
Got to be that bump coming off getting a new deal, right?
Oh, yeah, you got to feel pumped, man. I don't care if we're not in the playoffs. You know, I'm flying around to prove my worth.
Over the middle, he's got Phillips, and Phillips forced out of bounds down inside the 25.
Cam Phillips is just kind of getting his legs back underneath him after coming back off the injured receiver. He's right here, and he's dangerous when he catches the football. It's just a little drag route, gets lost. McLeod Bethel, he finds him. It's off to the races.
Forced out of bounds by Treston DeCoos. Not happy with how that play
That's
goes down.
communication. Yeah, he's just talking about communication there. It's tough to communicate when you don't know who you're playing with.
Bethel Thompson to the end zone, looking for Gittins Jr. Overshot him, and it falls incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, well, you know, we talked about Treston and his you know, just displeasure, just communication. You know, you talk about it all the time, offensively, defensively, offensive line, defensive line. In the back end, obviously, you're going to have a lot of communication that has to happen. You got to know what the guys are thinking, what you're doing. Haven't been there, done that before. And Treston just didn't feel like they had the right communication on that 1st and 10 play.
We'll do it again here from the Edmonton 24. 3 receivers to the left. Bethel Thompson over the middle, has a completion inside the 20, but that'll be well short of what they needed for a first down. Back to Phillips again.
Yeah, it's such a big field. You're getting a chase right off the bat. The guy just starts flying down the line of scrimmage. And you got to get on your horse and track him down in a hurry because a lot of room to work with here in the CFL. Looks like Ryan Dinwiddie's in the gambling mode.
3rd and 4. We'll leave this offense out on the field. Bethel Thompson with Ouellette to his right.
Oh, no.
What are they trying to do here?
Yeah, trick or treat.
Another crack at it.
Wow.
Hasn't worked just yet. Play clock ticks down. And Edmonton stood strong defensively there.
Count violation.
Solid effort, right? Solid effort.
5-yard penalty. It's going to be 3rd down.
I like the intentions. You never know. Might get lucky.
Might get him, right?
Yeah. See it every day in football. No matter what you're watching, whether it's a ball game before this one. It's a pretty good ball game. 24-11 victory for Calgary.
University of Alberta Golden Bears.
Yes.
Here, I guess, kind of at home, not their home stadium, but having a chance to play a little U Sports CFL doubleheader earlier today.
Absolutely love that thought process and the symmetry between.
You'd like to see it a little bit more often as BD knocks this one through. And Toronto and Edmonton have exchanged field goals as we work our way through the first quarter. Taylor Cornelius, 3 of 4 for 30 yards. He'll get his second crack with the ball. Coming up from it. Well, I know we have to talk about it again, and we will until this streak ends. 15 in a row. They have lost at home almost 1,100 days. Here's a look at the last win. And it was the number 15 at quarterback, Kilgore, in the game.
Logan Kilgore.
Grinding one out back in October of 2019, 19-6.
That's a good way to put it, too.
Grinding it out?
Yeah.
Well, Cornelius is 1-0 against the Argos, grinded one out as well, 13-7 last year. The win out in Toronto. He had 3 interceptions in that game. Didn't have this guy to hand it off to, though. Kevin Brown pushing ahead, and another good chunk
That's
for
just
Brown.
young legs. You know, last week, he's dealing with back spasms this week during practice. He jammed his neck after he jumped over a would-be tackler last week. Had his ankle rolled on and twisted up. Biggie got him a couple of times, and it's nice to be youthful, you know. He just wave a magic wand and all those bumps and bruises, issues go away just like that. Kevin Brown, now he's in a short yardage.
Loxley pushing ahead. Stopped shy of the 50. Might have got there. Brown's averaging 7.2 yards per carry.
Yep.
And tonight so far, 3 touches, 22 yards. Just over 7.2 yards.
He's on point. Yeah, you know, Kai Loxley, you know, this is what he does, 43 times for 6 touchdowns, short yardage guy. Plus, he's a receiver. I think he's got a great skill set. He's a tall kid, 6'4", from Texas El Paso, first-year player. Used to be a quarterback down there. Turned him into a receiver up here, 17 for 247. Kai Loxley got a bright future, one of those young up-and-comers here in Edmonton.
1st and 10 for Cornelius. 3 receivers out to his left. That's where he's going to look. That's where he will throw. Darrell Walker's got it. Stays in bounds. Lowers the boom on a defender. That was Chris Edwards who took the worst end of that. And Darrell Walker's having himself a start to this football game.
Yeah, just watch this pickup here. You've got Brown. Watch him do it. Just doesn't tote the rock for 7.2 every time. Picks up the blitz right there. Allows his quarterback to find his receiver. And the Aggie turns it up for a 1st down. That's the way it's done.
Darrell Walker already at 43 yards, 4 receivers. Out to the right for Cornelius at the top of your screen. Tucks it into the belly of Brown, trying to kick it to the outside. Took 4 Argos, but they finally gang tackle him to the ground.
Oh my goodness. Talk about taking damage, body blows. First-year player from Incarnate Ward down in San Antonio, attracting a lot of attention. Word got out quickly about him around the league. You got to get bodies to him because he will slice you and will be into the secondary and off to the races. I think the Argos got the memo.
Tough way to get a paycheck there.
Oh my God. It's like, makes me hurt up here.
2nd and 9. Cornelius in trouble, gets away, and now he's going to look down the field, coming back for it, no. Falls just short, probably could have taken off on the run. Had a little bit of room there, didn't he?
Probably. Oh my God, he had all kinds of green grass in front of him, and he tried to show off his strong arm there, which we know he has, but some nifty work right there for the 6'5". But to see where his shoulders were pointed when he does this, instead of getting downhill at his target, he throws across his body, which takes something off the throw, and it doesn't get there. So that's just a simple technique thing. You know, get your shoulders square to that, throw a dart, and he threw across his body and cost him an opportunity.
John Ryan set to kick it away, stands on his own 50, so a chance to pin the Argos deep here. League waits for it, takes it just inside his own 10, turns it around, and not much of a return on that play as the Argos will get the ball back after this pass from Cornelius, looking for his deep threat. Dylan Mitchell comes up short, he knows it. Well, a couple of weeks ago, Toronto held to just 2 points against Calgary, but then last week bouncing back at home against BC, and McLeod Bethel-Thompson having himself a day.
Yeah, and the big thing there was the deep ball. You saw the one to deep ball on a corner route to Cameron and Phillips, and then you saw the Tommy Neal post pattern cover 0. McLeod Bethel-Thompson was on point with his deep ball last week and helped.
Now down the field, the deeper shot here, and he misses Curly Gittins Jr.
This is where he wants consistency. He's working really hard at it. Last week he was there for him. He was on point, and he's on pace. You look at that right there. That's huge. Down here in the bottom. He's on pace now. That's some pretty elite company right now.
Might have heard of those guys.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. So McLeod, 5 years in. We know he's a hard-working guy, locked in.
Looks to his right now over the middle. That's where he's going to go. And that's broken up, incomplete. Richards was there to make sure Ambles couldn't haul it in. Dangerous throw over the middle.
Yeah, you know, because he didn't see the safety. He just sees Ambles as he's drifting to his left. And I don't see, he sees the deep safety right here who's going to drift back and then have an earhole shot as he launches the ball. You see McLeod, he will slide to his left, and then he launches it off balance, and then right there into no man's land. People are head hunting, and that was dangerous right there. Glad nobody took a shot.
Haggerty set to kick this away. Lets it fly from his own end zone. A great kick. This backs Salisbury up to his own 42. Salisbury now up the middle. Gets it back to midfield. And decent field position for the Edmonton offense after their defense steps up big. Ambles, he's got it, no! Shoulder of Richards stops the drive before it could even get going. Well, two guys very familiar with each other. Chris Jones was on that Toronto staff last year. For more on that relationship, let's send it down to Tom Gazzola.
Hey, thanks, Dusty. Yeah, it was interesting talking to McLeod Bethel-Thompson and Chris Jones heading into this game this weekend. Obviously, both guys very familiar with one another. Jones spending a part of last season with the Argos as a defensive consultant. Now, McLeod Bethel-Thompson says, we know he knows our offense. We know he's going to throw some wrinkles at us that we haven't seen from his defense before. On the flip side, McLeod Bethel-Thompson reminded us that, hey, Ryan Dinwiddie likes to remodel and restart his offense week to week. So Bethel-Thompson made it be known that there's going to be some tricks up the Argos sleeves that Jones is going to have to deal with. The game within the game, guys.
I like the mind games, and welcome aboard to the new guy, Tom Gazzola.
Absolutely.
Third best looking guy on the crew, but that's okay. Now here's Brown again. Man, this guy's a monster right up the middle.
Let's get back to Gazzola again on the sidelines, huh? What about that coif, huh?
Yeah, he's got good looking hair.
That's amazing.
Yeah, somewhere Rashog is in tears right now.
Right? Good, up in the game. Very nice, Tom. Very nice.
The addition of Brown over the last 5 or 6 weeks has really changed the way you have to view this Edmonton offense. Because after they lost Wilder earlier in the year, they were kind of circling around through guys. They had Litre that they used a little bit in there as well.
And Robert Priester's down.
Priester on the field.
He was laying the helmet last week, causing havoc and forced to fumble himself. And here, a helmet-to-helmet shot, which needs to be addressed first and foremost, but now he's down. You hate to see that. He was just absolutely all over the football field. Very active last week. That's why I highlighted him off the top of the show. He deserved it, but looks like he's moving, which is great.
He kind of got his upper body up a little bit. Here's his work from last week.
Yeah, well, there's the shot. A great back, causing a fumble. Just doesn't, you know, that's just playing ball. Quick, aggressive, great form there on one of the best backs in the league. James Butler, forced fumble, good open field tackling. Let's hope he's okay. Getting back to Tom's hit on the sidelines, talking about how Jonesy likes to mix it up from week to week. And Ryan Dinwiddie, head coach for Toronto, with his offensive prowess, he's counterbalancing that with getting back there and reinventing the wheel all the time.
How much do offenses do that from week to week, really?
According what Tom's saying is that Ryan prides himself into morphing from week to week, and but it causes a lot of stress on coaches, because it's not what the coaches know, what they can design. It's what the players can go out there, understand, and execute. And that's your challenge as a quarterback. That's your challenge as a defensive coordinator, is to dialing it back to, there's Corey Mace, the defensive coordinator for Toronto. He goes through the same thing from week to week. And then you got players that are up and down, and one guy may know a vanilla defense.
Well, I was going to say, some guys might catch on, and other guys might be falling behind a little bit.
And if you're not on the same page, you're going to get dinged for a big play, or somebody's going to miss an assignment, and then everybody's looking at each other like, what's going on? So it's a yin and a yang for football. It's not so much what you can, because anybody go up on the board and draw up X's and O's. It's another thing to be able to communicate that and get that done on the football field from week to week. But both these coaches got a knack for making that happen, offensively and defensively. I love that, Tom.
Good news for Priester. He's up, walked off on his own. Second and short. Cornelius pushing ahead. Was that Loxley, sorry, into the game.
Well, they're 164 and 165. They're both probably about 210 pounds.
You know what's funny? Talked to Jones a couple weeks ago, and he said pretty much the rest of the way this season, after how that game at home ended against Montreal, said pretty much the rest of the year, you see us in second and short, 1 or 2 yards, we are quarterback sneaking, you can tell everybody.
Yeah.
So that's the plan moving forward.
I like it. I like it. And there's certain ways you can quarterback sneak. You don't have to go toe-to-toe and put 11 people, 12 people in the box. You can spread them out. You have to honor the gaps.
Loxley remains on the field here in the slot over to the left of Cornelius, who's back in the game. Steps up, has a ton of room in front of him. He's going to look down the field again to Mitchell. He goes and gets it. No. Incomplete. Just dropped underneath him.
I don't know if he was shooting for Mitchell or if he overshot another receiver he's looking at underneath. Again, he's got a bunch of room in front of him if he wants it. There's Darrell Walker. That's over his head by far. Ooh. And Mitchell does get both hands on it as he goes low. Just can't secure it.
Cornelius has not hesitated to take deep shots to Dylan Mitchell so far this season. He's got a catch of 30 yards or more in every single game that he's played. We are tied at 3, 1 quarter in the books on a Saturday at Commonwealth. One quarter in the books here in Edmonton, 3-3. And both quarterbacks have actually been taking some shots down the field. They just haven't connected yet.
Yeah, and I love seeing that. Pressing the ball down the field, trying to get it in big chunks. A couple times, I know that Taylor Cornelius will look back at the first quarter film and go like, "Oh man, maybe I should have added to my rushing."
A lot of room to run.
Yeah, but you're competing, and you got these guys that are wide open, and sometimes you just don't get it there. They don't seal on the back end, or you have bad technique. You don't get your hips to your target, and yeah, but I like the thought process. Both these guys can sling it. McLeod missed a climbing route by Cam Phillips. 2 deep ones to Mitchell.
2nd and 10 now. Pressure coming on Cornelius. Gets it away. Up for grabs. And it's hauled in. Wow, what a job there. Manny Arsenault went up and got it. Jamal Peters on his back.
Welcome back, Emmanuel Arsenault. Unbelievable. I love it. Just strong-arm this. Get off of me. This is my world. Jamal Peters.
Leads the league with
himself.
6 interceptions. Arsenault made sure that one didn't happen. Arsenault returning to the lineup. He's been out since week 11. Back in the mix with a catch here. Cornelius gives it to Brown. Look at Brown go down inside the 20. Still turning, trying to get free. But they'll lock him up and bring him down just shy of the 10.
What can Brown do for you? Get you 20 right up the middle in a heartbeat. Just got him. Oh my goodness. Enoch got just slapped down. I think that was Foucault, David Foucault. He just pulled Enoch Mwamba down by his jersey as Kevin Brown was passing him on the left-hand side. He could be spasming here because he's had back spasms all week long, Kevin Brown has. Well, he's jacked up.
51 yards on 6 carries for Brown. Cornelius gets it to Arsenault. Arsenault spinning his way down inside the 10, almost to the 5, as Edmonton creeping towards the Argos end zone here.
Yeah, Manny's 36 years old, sat out of football for a year, just continued to train and believe in himself, and he's back on the football field. And what a great time to have a leader like that take the field. And I guarantee the play before when Jamal Peters was over his back, if Peters snags that one from anybody else, if it's not Emmanuel Arsenault, who's a big body himself and is in the weight room 24/7, and just a tremendous testament to what hard work can do for you. Emmanuel Arsenault showing out.
He's got 35 of the 43 balls thrown his way so far this season. Cornelius, near side, trying to gut one in there to the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Danny Vandervoort. 3rd career touchdown, and Edmonton goes on top 9-3.
First of the year, 3rd of his career, like you said, Dusty. Boy, it's got to feel good. Elks find the end zone, quick slant, left to right. Plant, step into it. Right on the money. Whew. Not a lot of room for error right there. Bang, bang.
Vandervoort getting an opportunity to start here today. Castillo knocks it home, and Edmonton on top by 7. First touchdown of the year for 83 in the green and gold. Vandervoort hauls it in from Taylor Cornelius to cap off a 7-play, 55-yard drive. Wow, with a mustache like that, you should have 10 touchdowns this year. What a good look. 8 career catches. 3 of them go for touchdowns, including this one, and he's fired up.
Man.
Everybody's fired.
It looks like he started his own cop show or something, you know?
It's true.
That's amazing. That's good, lad. Eighth career. I mean, all he does is catch touchdowns.
That's it. A bit of a shorter kick, drops just inside the 30, and now they're going to throw it across. That looked like a forward pass. Now the ball's going to lay there, scooped up by Edmonton. And what is happening to the Argos here at Commonwealth?
That's classic Justin Nielsen. Just what is happening?
What a bizarre play.
I know. It's like, and, you know, literally, when you're going to throw it, you have to throw it back.
That was
lateral
forward,
pass.
wasn't it?
Forward.
Okay, I thought I was going crazy for a second.
Oh, it wasn't well executed.
It's thrown forwards to nobody, and Edmonton is able to scoop it up. Avery Ellis is there.
Yeah, definitely a 5-yard pass forward. Hits the back.
They were trying to get it to leak.
Yeah, it hits the back.
There are 2 penalties on the play. The first one is an offside pass by Toronto number 82. That penalty is declined because the ball was recovered by Edmonton. Furthermore, after the play, there's a misconduct against Edmonton, number 13. We'll apply that penalty. It's going to be first down for Edmonton.
That's Jordan Reeves with the misconduct at the end of the play. Edmonton will have the ball there, basically gifted to them by the Argos.
Yeah, trying to make something happen on special teams and catch Edmonton sleeping, and they just didn't execute the play from the beginning. This is a forward pass.
They'll get it out to Brown. Makes a couple of guys miss, stays on his feet, cuts it back up the field, down to the 10, and he will not be stopped today.
Enoch Mwamba, middle linebacker for the Toronto Argonauts. He's closing in on 600 tackles. Watch him right here. He's right there, and he's going to have a task. Just got to get through blockers, got to keep going, and you got to tackle this guy 10 yards down the field.
Cornelius stayed in the game for the push ahead, capable of doing that as well, and gets him a first down.
Yeah, it's not an enviable task, you know. Yeah, he did his job at the end of the day, but it was 10 yards downfield. And a lot of people talk about that, about just number of tackles as opposed to where you're tackling ball carriers and opponents on the field. Enoch's used to doing it on the other side, not 10 yards downfield.
Cornelius, pressure coming. They get him out of the pocket to his right, down the field. That ball's incomplete. Looking back to Vandervoort. But Peters was there this time to break it up.
Yeah, Peters was right on it. And this was a dart throw. Just a bullet on target. Throws across his body, back to it, boom. Slings it right there. Peters is there to grab it just as the ball gets there. And, you know, you wouldn't expect anything less from Jamal Peters. Leads the league with 6.
A little bit of a cushion, not much.
Crazy to me is Cam Kelly, a linebacker's got 5.
Cornelius back into the hands of Brown, stumbles, taken down at the 30. And the drive will be stopped. Field goal attempt coming for Sergio Castillo.
Sanko there with the tackle. He's probably thinking, thank goodness he slipped. I can finish him off.
Castillo hit one earlier from 50 yards. This one from 37 on the right hash to give Edmonton a 10-point lead. And he knocks that one through as well. Less than 10 minutes to go here in the first half. It is Edmonton at home on top. The Raps are returning home. Tangerine Raptors basketball home opener tips off Wednesday from Scotiabank Arena as the Raps take on the Cavaliers. Coverage gets underway at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, right here on TSN. What a nice graphic. That looks nice.
Wow. Easily entertained.
I am. Simple man. They try to get this into the hands of Hale, but it goes nowhere.
Matthew Thomas, freak athlete. Everybody on the team talks about him. He's pretty special. Yeah, I believe he's, I think he's right here. And they talk about eating close ground in a hurry. When you're not tackled, that's not a good thing. Or when you're not blocked, it's not a good thing. It's like just, because he can go.
It's like the guy that Jones has kind of left in there all year.
Exactly. It's a Jonesy type of player right there.
2nd and 15. And wrapped up, taken down just shy of the 40. Back to Cam Phillips. McConzo was there to make sure he never got away.
Yeah, another player that has just been found his own niche. That's Sam. McConzo in space is making things happen for the Edmonton Elks, and here he's in coverage, and his receiver doesn't get very far after he makes the catch.
John Haggerty stands on his own 25. Salisbury and Dylan Mitchell waiting back for this kick. That will come in the direction of Salisbury. Takes it just outside his own 21. Stumbles, stays on his feet, and eventually tracked down. Very short return on the play as Edmonton's defense able to hold Toronto once again. Third catch of the game for Phillips. But he had nowhere to go. We're gonna need a camera on Mr. Dunnigan here next time we play that.
Seriously. Yeah. Kathy, I'll be home tomorrow.
13-3, Edmonton leading. 4 receivers out to the left here for Cornelius. Working from the Edmonton 25. Back to Brown, pushing ahead. And for a guy who's a little banged up,
Right.
boy.
Right. You just watching him, you're like, oh my. It's because, I mean, again, an ankle sprain, and he got torqued by a couple times, Biggie last week, and he got blown out, and he dove over a guy, landed on his head, messed up his neck. He was dealing with back spasms, and we saw him on and off the football field, limping off, and then here again, a week later, the young man is just grinding it out.
Another 8 yards, so they go back to him, and he's got more. Another heavy collision, so they'll take it outside the 40.
Different breed of player right there. Just incredible talent. And Chris Jones and his staff, they're working hard to find players. As we well know, 102 players in uniform at one point or another for the Elks. And they found one in Kevin Brown.
Cornelius throwing this time over the middle. Darrell Walker for a first down at midfield.
That's fairly vanilla, you know, just 5-man coming. Linebacker coming out in the middle of the football field. I was going to open up some space for you. Boom. Corte picks him up, no problem. Big throwing lane. Probably want to have that one back a little bit. Put it on him so they don't have to go down. Might get some more. McFadden, Enoch Mwamba around the vicinity, but relatively easy. Nice job by Corte in the middle, freeing that up for a young quarterback to have a nice lane to throw to.
4 targets to Walker. He's caught them all for 54 yards. Back to Brown, a huge hole, and he pushes ahead. And boy, here's a look at what he's done so far just today.
Get the ice tub ready for this kid after this ball game. We're not even through the. We got 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter, and he's racking up some yards and some contact. Some highlight reels adding to it for sure.
Toronto caught here, jumping early at midfield. Browns at 75 yards on 9 carries so far. And if you're looking at players that they'll want to have back next year in Edmonton, he'd probably be right at the top of that list.
Yeah. I think they got Sam linebacker for the Argonauts on this one. And the line of
Offside,
scrimmage.
Toronto, number 40. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Or
It makes
Robbie
it a
Smith.
first down for Edmonton.
Just pick one. Robbie Smith, young, talented defensive end, coming to his own, getting an opportunity to play with Shane Ray out of the lineup.
Edmonton works from the 46. Out into the flat to Arsenault. Arsenault taken down. Chris Edwards was there pretty much immediately. And that'll be a loss on the play.
Yeah, I just love it. You know, guys playing with just intentions to be the best. Chris Edwards, he plays like that every time he's on the football field. Fending off a tackler, and he can't get his proper tackling for him, and just throws his body in there any way he can and takes down Manny Arsenault. That's just It's a hell of a play. Chris Edwards is having a hell of a year. He's played Sam. Now he's playing corner.
Big play here, 2nd and 13, and drawn to Brown. And he'll be stopped up 40 after a great second effort. Tried to spin into some open space, but they were there to shut it down.
And this is a youngster. I mean, this is
25 years old.
Yeah, and look at him looking off, trying to fool the defense.
He sold it a little bit, didn't he?
He's trying to. Like, what are you looking over on the sidelines? No, but that's what you're supposed to do. Move your feet a little bit, come back in there, secure the handoff, fit it, and hit it. That's what he did.
Sets up a little bit of an easier attempt, but still a deep one for the steal from the right hash. And he sneaks that one in.
Reminiscent of Sean White. Little chip shot there, Not going to try to power things, just kind of finesse it through. Love that by Sergio Castillo. Having a night.
Then a pretty good first half for the home side here. Edmonton on top, 16-3, and lots to discuss at the half.
Hey, does Naylor have hair in that picture?
It's photoshopped in.
Okay. I think Zola's onto something. He started something. Everybody's growing their hair back.
Everybody's growing their hair back.
It's the top.
Just over 3 minutes of work here for Toronto. Ouellette, nice pick up right up the middle. Still going, lowers the goal. And eventually will be taken down at the 50. Boy, he hammered Hutter, and then Hutter just held on for dear life.
Oh, my goodness. The Liver King just taking it up the middle. Get some. Tell you talking about Brown. Talking about some Liver King. A.J. Ouellette. Just outstanding.
This is the 3-minute timeout.
We've hit the 3-minute warning in Edmonton. This is probably the best play of the game for the Argos so far. A.J. Ouellette, look out.
Coming up at the half, we're going to give a little love to the Elks and their first half performance so far. What is going on with the Argos in Alberta? And Dave Naylor has agreed that he will update his profile picture to show the new hair. It's for you, Matt.
Well, mission accomplished, I guess.
Yeah. I like nails to the bone, though. I like it the way it is right now. Just need an updated photo. That's it. This guy.
Ouellette on the run again. Hanging on and taking him down is Lacey.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, it's been the year of the running backs in the Canadian Football League. Just watching James Butler earlier in the season before he got nicked. And then watching this guy, Andrew Harris, in a new uniform. And when he got nicked, watching this guy step up. Watching West Hills over the last couple of weeks, we saw the big man in Montreal go down and stand back. And it's been by committee there. And Walter Fletcher been doing a nice job with Antwi.
Back to Ouellette again. Turning it around. Lacey.
Best in the league.
Among others on the tackle.
Best in the league we saw last night. You called that game Kadeem Carey.
Kadeem Carey gets to 1,000 yards last night. Looked excellent once again. Brady Oliveira in Winnipeg will be playing later on tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you're the hammer, and sometimes you're the nail. And that's a tough one right there.
That's big Jake Serezna coming down on your back.
That's weight room. That's protein meeting the Liver King right there. And that's a whole lot of working out, a whole lot of weight training going at it right there.
Thompson in trouble. Serezna almost had him. They'll get it away. There's a flag on the play, and that's going to be a hold.
Maybe roughing
Toronto.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're doing everything they could to keep him off their quarterback. Pockets collapsing because
there are 2 penalties on the play. Holding Toronto, number 67, illegal contact, Edmonton.
Wow.
We'll replay it down, second down.
We'll just do it again. Flag deep down in the secondary for that second call.
You're going to try to figure out where that is. Yeah. Yeah, and then we're looking at a second receiver right here. Legal contact. Right there. He's trying to get over the top.
That was McConzo defending against Phillips.
I guess if you're going to get caught doing something like that.
Second and 8. In trouble again, and Bethel Thompson's taken down. Treston DeCou, the former Argo, gets there for his first career sack.
Well, it's got to feel good. Timely, too. Forcing a long field goal attempt. Bottom of the screen, untouched. McLeod tries to hide up in the pocket and climb it a little bit, but Treston gets there. And strong hands brings him down. Well, it feels good. Just a few minutes ago, he was all upset because communication was not good. Now he's happy.
Right hash just inside the 50. Rabidi puts it up. And he sneaks it inside that right upright. And Toronto climbs back within 10. Two-time Academy Award winner Hilary Swank stars in one of the most anticipated dramas of the season, Alaska Daily. All new Thursday, 10, 8 Mountain, only on CTV.
Yeah, that's a nice play.
Tova, I love you, baby.
He loves you too. It's just that beady 50-yarder right there.
Yeah.
He could have made that from 60.
Yeah, that was good from 75 yards. Yeah.
He's got a monster leg.
Well, 90 seconds to work. They go back to Brown, trying to get away. It's wrapped up and
Peters
taken down there.
And Oakman up in there too. It's like the biggest guy in the field meets the littlest guy in the field. 6'9", 295. Oakman taking up a lot of space and doesn't get enough credit in the middle of that defense.
How do you move that well at 6'9"?
I don't know. Ask him. You're 6'5".
I'm 6'5", but I don't move well.
Oh, okay. Well, you're closer.
Second and 10. Cornelius. It's out of the pocket. Drops it in there for Arsenault. Arsenault trying to reach up.
Yeah, he did.
He does. What an effort by Manny Arsenault. I didn't think he had a shot at it.
Now, you don't know Manny. The Manny show is in full effect. That he knew exactly where those sticks are. Watch at the end of this play. First he goes and has to climb the ladder, catches balance, little hurdles the guy, tippy-toes down the sideline, spins off the blocker, sticks the ball out, and picks up first down.
Cornelius near side. Mitchell wrapped up. Nice tackle there just at midfield. Peters was to make sure Mitchell didn't do anything with his first catch of the ball game.
Yeah, Taylor going through the progressions here. I like his patience on this drive here with 57 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time. Didn't force it, checked it down. Watch him go through his reads. He's looking left, looking right, looking to curl, and checks it down.
Second and 5 from the Toronto 54. Clock ticks down to 40 seconds here in the first half. Elks up by 10. A ton of time for Cornelius. Now out to his right. Arsenault again. And they'll say incomplete.
What? Somebody must have ripped that out late. Boy, this is persistence here. Is that Enoch? Enoch Mwamba right there.
Never gave up.
Now got his hand right on his hand, didn't allow him to secure the rock, and it's a great call and a hell of a play by Enoch Mwamba. He's got to be getting close to 600. 87 coming in.
That 4 right now tonight, so he is closing in on. Ryan set to kick this away. Drop this just inside the 15. Short return back outside the 20 with 19 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. Now, we talked a little bit about Edmonton and their inability to win here at home. How about this? The Argos have lost 6 straight here in Edmonton. You got to go back over 3,300 days for this one.
Yeah, September 28th, 2013.
Over 9 years.
Crazy, crazy. Heard Kate say that off the top of the show. And the quarterback for that ball game and that winning cause for Toronto in that game, I'll leave that to y'all. Let you chew on that for a while.
Dumped off to the running back. Wrapped up and taken down at the 30 by Dion Lacey, getting a start here late in the season for Edmonton, just his 8th game of the year.
As we close out the first half here, I had Johnny Russ and our top-notch stat man all over this. So Johnny, how many times has Edmonton gone in a half with a lead this year? It's many. This will be the 5th time this year. They're 1-3 in those ball games.
Is that how he talks?
That's how he talks. That's why I like to ask him questions.
Let's go! And that'll do it for the first half. Is that how he talks?
You should hear Tom Richardson, one of our other stat guys, in the studio. Man, that guy's crazy.
Edmonton on top, 16-6 at half. Let's send it back to Kate and the panel.
And that panel would be Davis Sanchez, Dave Naylor, Milt Stiegel. We were just looking up that trivia question, by the way. The quarterback for the Argos back in 2013 when they won at Commonwealth. You were throwing out Logan Kilgore.
Don't think so.
Zach Claros was the backup at that point.
I'm thinking maybe Claros.
Look, we're just trying not to cheat. We can all Google it, but we're trying to be truthful here. All right, let's start this one. And we saw this 2 weeks ago against Calgary Stampeders. The Argos couldn't get absolutely anything going. I don't know what it is with Alberta because they came home. That offense looked tremendous. But again, just nothing in that first half, Dave.
Yeah, it's 8 points in the last 6 quarters played in Alberta. And look, the Calgary Stampeders, when you go out and get shut down by them, that's one thing. But you go over the stat sheets for the season, the Edmonton Elks are last in virtually every... Hater! Bob Bethel-Thompson with an opportunity to hit Curly Gittins Jr. early, but he has struggled with accuracy. We've seen this from McLeod in the past, where for one half of football, he is just not locked in. He's 5 of 8 for 34 yards in this first half. And we keep trying to decide, are the Toronto Argonauts actually Grey Cup contenders? They may end up finishing first place.
Right.
But when you watch halves like this against a team like the Edmonton Elks and that Edmonton defense, it really makes you question, you can't play a half of football like that in the playoffs. The season's going to be done.
Yeah, and you're talking about question. I'm questioning that special teams play. I know sometimes they may be trying to put something on film, or they're just trying to give their team a spark, but I never understood this play right here. You talk about Jeremiah Hadel. He doesn't know what's going on.
Canadian football has a lot of weird rules. They don't have this one.
You can't throw the ball forward.
Definitely not Jeremiah Masoli, that's for sure.
And Mickey Donovan, their special teams coach, he's a good special teams coach, and I know they practice this, but the way that looked right there, that's not good for this team right now. They're looking forward to the playoffs, and that right there, I don't understand the calling for that.
A lot of not good for you two guys. You see how great this Elks team played in the first half?
Well, you take it.
You two been drinking a whole lot of haterade. Look, I'm not ready to call Taylor Cornelius Hall of Fame Hank or compare him to Hank, but I do see some similarities in playing against Hank for a long time and what I see from Taylor. He's consistently attacking the defense down the field, aggressively taking shots. Now, that's not always great for your completion percentage, but that's one of the most BS stats when I look at quarterbacks, is just great completion percentage. Now, some of these were hitting and some of these were missing, but the fact that he's consistently getting down the field, putting pressure on the defense, he's gonna hit some. And I love what he's doing. I love the fact, also the comparison to Henry is he can get out, buy time with his athleticism, and he's got such a big arm. It puts a lot of pressure on defensive backs and defenses. I love what I see from Taylor.
I love your positivity, Chaz, and I'm with you on this one.
We're just keeping it real.
Kevin Brown, by the way, too. He's been spectacular. 84 yards. His longest was 20 in the first half. The Elks with a 16-6 lead. Much more coming up right after this.
Keeping it real.
No.
The Elks have lost 15 in a row at home. The Argos have not won here at Commonwealth since 2013. In trouble and taken down. They get home. It's Oakman trying to come one in there to the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Danny Vandervoort. Ball's going to lay there, scooped up by Edmonton. And what is happening to the Argos here at Commonwealth?
you talk about it, the mighty Bombers, what they've done on defense.
Darno in trouble. Willie's got him, and he takes him down at the 1.
Adam Big Hill. A big hit there by the veteran Bomber middle linebacker. The ball goes deep, and Winston Rose has it. Intercepted Winnipeg.
Sales finishes him off after Jefferson forced him up into the pocket.
I'm still impressed. Heck of a defensive scheme by Richie Hall.
Another year, another dominating performance by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers defense as we take a look at the fewest points allowed so far this season through the 18 weeks. The Bombers right there in top spot, only allowing 321 points. That is an average of 20.1 with much more on the Bombers D. Here is Marshall Ferguson.
Memorable moments of the past 2 Winnipeg Blue Bombers Grey Cup championships have included pass knockdowns, quarterback pressures, and of course, sacks. They stunt drives, they stop momentum in a moment, and they put teams in bad downs and distances, which the Winnipeg offense has been able to thrive on. With so much credit going to the Winnipeg offense in 2022 due to Zach Collaro's weekly excellence, Dalton Schoen's standout rookie season, and the rebirth of the running game late in the season, it made me wonder how this suddenly quiet, Richie Hall-led defense in Winnipeg stacks up against their previous championship teams of 2019 and 2021, specifically getting after the quarterback. Winnipeg have just 31 sacks on the year. That's 8 of 9 teams ahead of only the Toronto Argonauts. This despite playing 3 games in September against Saskatchewan, who leads the CFL with 66 sacks allowed. Willie Jefferson is tied for 5th in the Canadian Football League with 7 sacks on the season, but no other Bombers pass rusher ranks in the top 20. Willie's partner in sack mastery, Jackson Jeffcoat, has missed 5 games due to injury this season so far and remains tied with Jake Thomas with just 3 sacks each. When we look at the number of sacks each game in the CFL, it's gone up since 2017 every single year until this year. It's leveled off a little bit at 4.7 per game after reaching a high of 4.92 just last year. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers sacks per game, well, in 2019 they had 2.66. That climbed all the way to 2.78 in 2021 as they repeated as Grey Cup champions. And this year that number thus far through 16 games is just 1.93, 31 sacks so far on the season. In Winnipeg's stellar 14-2 campaign here in 2022, they have had less sacks than their opponent just 4 times this year out of 16 games. 2 of those 4 times, they've lost the game against Montreal and Hamilton. And while it's just one element of their defense, there's no questioning that the Bombers are at their best defensively when their defensive ends are getting up the field and bringing down the opposing quarterback. Something to think about as a potential 3rd straight championship ring looms large just off in the distance at the end of November.
All right, don't forget tonight it is a doubleheader. We've got the Bombers, we've got the Lions. You can see it right after the Argos and the Elks. And a quick shout out to the Saskatoon Hilltops and Tom Sargent, who is celebrating 25 years as head coach. Big game this weekend against the Colts. Good luck, gentlemen, in that one tomorrow. Elks currently up by 10. I don't want to jinx it, Ches, but they are 2 quarters away from breaking this streak of losses.
Yeah, Milt just chimed in about the time possession. That is massive. And also the rushing yards, almost 100 yards in the first half. Kevin Brown has it going. This is going to be an uphill battle for these Argos. The stat sheet is definitely tilted, and so is the game. Let's see what they can come up with in the second half.
All right, let's get you over to Tom Gazzola, who's standing by with Kevin Brown.
Kevin, you got a 10-point lead going into that half. You guys are playing good. Everything on offense looks all right. What's clicking from your point of view?
We just been practicing hard all week. The O-line is doing an amazing job blocking downfield and giving me good reads to run through. So I think we're just clicking good as an offense, and that's a whole team.
You're catching your breath right now. After last week, watching the punishment you took, how's the body holding up, man?
The body's going good, you know what I'm saying? The trainers got me right, you know. I was in there day in, day out, and now I'm glad to be back on the field.
Kevin, good to see you on the field. Thanks for this, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tom.
And Dave has agreed to use Tom's hair for his new headshot, correct? Is that the way it's going to go?
Love it.
All right.
Dave would be a babe.
No comment. Back to Commonwealth right after this.
Edmonton is on top, leading the Argos 16-6 as we get set to start the third quarter. Tom Gazzola is with Enoch Mwamba.
Enoch down by 10 coming out of the half. What happened in that first half, and what do you want to see change in the second half here?
Lots of things. We got to fix a lot of things. We got to play more tight and more crisp, and you know, that's what happened in the first half. And it doesn't matter who it is. You know, when you play in this league at this level, if you don't come correct, that's the kind of stuff that happens.
Is there anything said in the locker room or any messages that need to be said, or is it more of a you guys understand what the job is at hand?
No, we understand what the job is. You know, we got to focus up, and we got to lock in at the end of the day. You know, this is football, and to be honest with you, it's less about the Elks and more about the Argos. So it's about focusing on us and understanding what we got to do, because we got a long road ahead beyond this game, and you know, we know that we got to focus up and got to use this game so we can get better going forward.
Enoch, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Well said from Enoch. Gonna stop Brown, 11 carries for 84 yards.
Yeah, he's been a catalyst. He controlled the line of scrimmage, helps in all facets. The time of possession, as they pointed out at halftime there in the studio, is just 2-to-1. 20 minutes to less than 10. That's big for the Edmonton Elks. I want to snap that ugly streak here.
His kick to the 30, brought back about 7 or 8 yards. Edmonton allowing just a couple of field goals. Here's the work of their defense in the first half.
Right. You're out there for less than 10 minutes and you fly around and with a meaning and a purpose. Chris Jones and the staff, their mindset, approaching this game like it's a playoff game. Everybody locked in, coach them up hard. Play fast and free, see what happens.
Certainly hasn't been any lack of effort. Nobody's mailed it in here.
No, not at all.
So that's
kudos
positive.
to Chris for blocking them in like that. It's extended training camp is what it is.
34 yards passing for Bethel Thompson in the first half. He's going to look for more than that right here. He's got Ambles. Ambles slipped. It was behind him, and it falls incomplete.
It's just... Take another look at it. He's wide open. Just put it on him. I don't know if he had a hard time picking this ball up. Looked like it tailed away from him somehow. And he barely even touched it with his left arm. Didn't get any hands on it. Just one of those plays that make you want to go, what was that? The guy that had 120 yards catching last week and an outstanding game.
Out to the right, down the field. This one bobbled and held on to. Almost lost that one as well, but Ambles is able to make his first catch of the ball game.
He bobbled it all right. Nice, strong throw by McLeod. Flush to his right. Across his body, put him on the 1 and 7. Caught it the second time.
Side of the field, back to Ambles again. Wrapped up immediately that time, no yards after the catch.
It seems like the tempo of play just by the Argos offensively, even on that drop ball in the first one on the corner route that was complete, seems like it's a lot better. They're playing with a sense of urgency, playing faster. And you can see the look of disgust on Ryan Dinwiddie's face. Head coach is not happy. Trying to get these guys woke up here on the road.
Doesn't want to come up empty on this drive. Edmonton will bring a little bit of heat, and there's nowhere to go.
Steamrolled.
Second down.
That's protein. That's protein doing his thing right there. Jake Serezna, Cortland State. I asked him about the weight facilities. Watch him come right up the middle. Boom. Just drove the left guard into the backfield, tackled A.J. Ouellette in the process.
I'm crowded. Please back up.
Wow. Impressive.
Haggerty will let this fly from his own 49. Salisbury takes it just inside the 10. 44-yard kick taken back just shy of the 15 by Christian Salisbury. Serezna's outstanding season continues here in Edmonton. Taylor Cornelius with the lead as we get going in the second half. 100 yards and a touchdown. Took a couple deep shots, didn't connect on, but do you like his half?
I do. I like his aggressiveness. You heard Davis talk about it and how he attacks a defense. I think that's his mentality. I think he's a little bit of a throwback, old school gunslinger. We got two of them out here. First one didn't show up in the first half. They weren't on the field. It's because of this guy, Kevin Brown was doing it. There's another one.
Down the field, broken up. Peters got back. Cornelius was looking for a deep shot to Vandervoort, but Peters was there to deny it.
Yeah, Vandervoort has him. Watch what he does. Runs a skinny post, and he's got him. Boom, he's gone. Ball's underthrown. He's got to shut it down. It gives Peters a chance to catch up. Otherwise, that's a foot race to the end zone. And I'm putting my money on Vandervoort.
Had a touchdown earlier in the game, third of his career, first of the season.
Just about 3 more yards out in front of him. That would have been a nice little foot race.
2nd and 10. Cornelius avoids some pressure. Out to his right. Now he's going to take off. Hasn't done this yet tonight. He's got a first down.
You talk about being motivated. People always used to ask me, how fast were you, Matty? I said, fast enough, right? To outrun guys like that. And you just go. And you're motivated, highly motivated, because you got 6'9", 295, in full pursuit running after you. And at 6'5", 215, he just kind of coasts gingerly out of bounds after picking up a big first.
Two big boys moving down the field there.
It's crazy. You just don't realize how big they are. Then you get field level. It's like, my goodness.
Fresh set of downs on the legs of Cornelius. Now they'll hand it back to Brown. And we didn't see that very often in the first half. Toronto's able to stop him after a short gain.
Shaq Richardson emphatically picks him up and kind of staples him into the ground, saying, not this half. A lot of football yet to be played, but that's a big play. Robbie Smith coming there setting the edge, got one leg. Shaq's got the lower back and takes him to the ground. That's what you got to do. You got to get hats to him because he's so elusive and explosive.
2nd and 9 for Cornelius. 4 options out to his left, 2 to his right. Comes over the middle, and that is incomplete. Not sure Arsenault knew it was coming in his direction, and that'll bring up 3rd down, and John Ryan will come out to kick this away.
Yeah, and they bring a little extra people off the edge and unaccounted for, and so Amarillo had to get rid of it before he wanted to, and I don't think Manny was expecting it. And little free shot for the defense to tee off on a veteran. Take that all day. Sean Amos says, yeah, I'll take that.
Ryan averaging just under 45 yards per punt so far this season, end over end. It'll bounce at the 41. Scooped up and taken on the play by a league 37-yard kick. Return just shy of the 50, decent field position for McLeod Bethel Thompson when we return. NFL on TSN continues tomorrow with a full slate of early afternoon matches featuring a showdown between the Steelers and Bucks. Veteran Tom Brady and rookie Kenny Pickett go head-to-head, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. Coverage continues all day leading into the Sunday Nighter on TSN and CTV. Another busy day tomorrow south of the border. 4 receivers to the left here for McLeod Bethel Thompson. Goes underneath. Decent chunk on first down as he gets it to Gittens Jr. First catch of the day for Curly Gittens Jr.
Yeah, McLeod Bethel Thompson, he's looking to push the ball deep, and then he gets pressured late, and so he's got to get on his toes, get over the top of his hips, and throws a dart to Gittens right there. And that's arm strength and talent right there. Doesn't look like much, but there's a lot of skill set there, and a lot of hard work goes into that. Gunslinger extraordinaire, McLeod Bethel Thompson.
2nd and a couple. Fakes the handoff. Thought about going deep. Now looks to the far side, and he's got a completion. Tommy Neild is there. Hauls it in. first catch of the game as a few members of this Toronto offense start to get involved.
Yeah, and pressure off the edge first. He's got to climb the pocket. Then he feathers one out to Nield in the flat in front of Henry, and that's just pretty execution. That's good football right there.
One catch last week for a Neal 37-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Post pattern, cover zero. Money, count it, ball game. That was what that happened.
They work here from the 33. Multiple flags on the field, some early movement.
Yeah,
procedure, Toronto number 68. Oh. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Yeah. Sorry, David. Yeah, just left guard. Just moved a little bit, that's all.
Tommy Neal, 30th overall in the 21 CFL draft. His second year here out of McMaster.
Yep. And he can scoot. You know, he worked through a lot of injuries. Didn't when he talked about him. He's 100% now. Good time to be 100% too.
6 catches coming into the game on 7 targets. Far side, a little too high. Falls incomplete. Looking for Gittins Jr. again.
Yeah, tried to one-hand it, had to. Cloud sailed that one, got away from him.
Good look at it.
Yeah, really good look. There was a circus catch for about 10, but Ed Gainey's not on my watch.
2nd and 15, a big play here, trying to avoid having to settle for a 3rd field goal. Or at least an attempt at it. Bethel Thompson gets it away just in time. The ball's incomplete. Phillips laid up for it, couldn't haul it in. Hutter was right there.
He was. Well, he was there. They go half coverage. You see Hutter flying to his right. Comes up, and as soon as the ball gets there, so does Scott. Those are 2 passes that I know MBT would like to have back. You know, put one on him a little bit. Certainly Gittins one before. That one sailed on him as well. Beatty with a little chip shot breaks out the 58-degree lob wedge.
45-yarder, not an issue over the uprights.
To the back of the end zone. 20 yards deep, just saying.
3 more for Toronto after Phillips laid out, couldn't haul it in. CFL on TSN continues rolling tonight with a West Division clash between the Blue Bombers and Lions. Coverage gets underway, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific only on TSN. Huge game for the Lions there.
Yeah. Yep. Pull ahead, right? After Calgary's loss last night.
Crazy game down the highway in Calgary last night.
Crazy season the Lions are having. Trying to figure out still with Vernon Adams and the consistency. Certainly
give it to Brown, but nowhere to go.
Yeah, Jones. He's a first-year player. Just making his presence felt. First-year player from Toledo. He had 1 tackle come this ball game. So a little wet behind the ears, I must say, at Will linebacker. Yeah, Corey Mace, D coordinator, throwing out some new bodies out there, mixing it up. This time of year, good to get those valuable reps.
2nd and 10, Cornelius in trouble. Wow. Circles back, gets those legs moving on the run. Looks downfield, throws it downfield, and it's out of bounds.
Did he run out of room or run out of gas?
Both, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say a combination of both. Yeah. I remember doing that on that field right there, and well, it takes a lot out of you, but I can guarantee it takes more out of that defense. Those big guys are humping it, spending a lot of energy right there. Those energy bars are just dwindling. Oh, and then it takes a shot. Wow. Lucky he got away with that one. seen worse this year called for roughing.
Towering kick from Ryan, taken at the 35. Return just outside the 40. There's a good look coming right at you. Oh! Look out! Phil LeBlanc Jr., our cameraman, gets popped. But Junior's back up. He's all right. Argos running back A.J. Ouellette, apparently a little bit of a workout nut. For more on that, let's send it down to Tom Gazzola.
A little bit, Dusty, a lot. The Liver King, as Matt has been alluding to him, has a club within the Argos locker room. It's called the Breakfast Club. We all know the name in the lovely movie from the 80s, but the key to the Breakfast Club is you're in the workout room before meetings prior to 6 a.m. at least 3 days a week, working hard. Now, this was a thing that started a little while ago. Guys started joining Ouellette. Eventually, more guys were asking about it to the point where there's an initiation to get into the Breakfast Club. You got to be there for 6 weeks straight, 3 days a week before 6 a.m. to get your T-shirt in the Breakfast Club, and the commitment to fitness in the Ouellette family runs deep. His wife, Haley, is with the Cincinnati Reds as a strength and conditioning coach over in Goodyear, Arizona.
Oh, and it works out right here. Look at Ouellette go all the way down to the 40. One of the biggest plays of the game for the Argos.
Yeah, Tom, timely reporting down there. And A.J. Ouellette takes a handoff and just bounces it after breaks the tackle, presses the hole, bounces to the outside, stiff arm, gets more space, lowers his shoulder, gets you another 4, showing you that he too can be explosive, just like Kevin Brown has been for the Edmonton Elks. Liver King getting it done.
Now they hand it off. Take it down inside the 40 with Leak.
Yeah, so there they are. That is Haley and A.J. Ouellette, and they are fitness family. Started the no-name athletics because A.J. couldn't get the attention of his coaches. They didn't know his name, and there's Argos strength conditioning coach along with Haley. Haley coaches minor league system. She's down in Arizona right now with the Cincinnati Reds. Those who train together, live a long and happy life. Love that for them.
Multiple flags on the play. Bethel Thompson doing a little bit of a Cornelius impression, running around and getting out to the far side of the field before throwing a ball down to the 35.
That was a lot like Amarillo. That was impressive, buying a lot of time. Found the receiver down the field.
Holding Toronto, number 68. It's a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay second down.
Shane Richards caught on the hold. Well, backed them up on second down here, and all of a sudden a second and long situation for Toronto.
Yeah, Shane is right tackle filling in for Dejan, and who's experiencing the birth of his child. It's a wonderful thing, but Shane gets called for holding here. Oftentimes it happens, right? Quarterback breaks the contain. Right tackle doesn't know about it. Third-year man from Oklahoma State just, got caught trying to do his job.
Second and 17. A completion at the 40, wrapped up and taken down at the 35 is Gittins Jr. Ed Gainey there to make sure he didn't pick up that first down.
Yeah, because running a long way. Coming from the right side of the field, about 7 yards outside the hash. Gittins presses it up, and then Gainey's in hot pursuit, and he finally gets there. Makes the tackle. He knew what he had to play with and did it expertly, just trailing him and then coming down with a clean tackle. Another chip shot. It's probably about a 52-degree pitching wedge for Beatty.
From the left hash this time, looking to go 4 for 4 on the night. And that one is tight, but it's good.
You're fan your own. Next play. Next play.
All right, let it go.
Come on.
Who I got to talk to about a heater?
I know, exactly. That's why I need that on.
I really do like y'all. Like, I do. I love y'all, actually. Come on.
Don't miss next week's CFL Wired episode, bringing you exclusive access to the latest CFL highlights. Catch it Wednesday at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, only on TSN.
How can you not love that show?
There's a lot going on. That's just such a small part of it.
Seriously. You got Oakman grabbing our Champon and
multiple flags here as that ball is out to the 50 into the hands of Mitchell. Quiet night for Mitchell so far. Comes in with 548 yards in the 6 games that he's played.
Explosive, man. Just like he fit in from day one.
Immediately, you're right.
Yeah. It's like, uh-oh.
Offside, Toronto
one.
number 40. The penalties declined, the first down was gained. First down for Edmonton.
Robbie Smith offside.
Yeah, so, I mean, Edmonton, you know, you got to wake up here because Toronto is, I would say, been the dominant team here in the third quarter. And 3 field goals, and they're right back in it, nipping at their heels. And Edmonton needs to put a drive together.
They'll get it to Brown, cuts it back, works his way for 3 or 4 yards before he's hammered back by the Argos. Talking about Dylan Mitchell, here's what he was able to put together last week. 107 yards, had a touchdown, caught 6 of the 8 targets thrown his way.
Yeah, I like your point stat about it. Catching a big play, 30-plus yarder in 6 of the 7 games he's played in. And he's a big play receiver. And making it look relatively easy. Very comfortable in this big field. Some guys take it wild and figure it out. Not Dylan Mitchell. Instantaneous.
Might want to get him going on this drive if you're Cornelius. 2nd and 6 after 4 yards for Brown. Cornelius on the run out to his right, high stepping. Now dumps it over the top. Away! No, 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 not today. Jamal Peters goes up and sends it back.
Oh, that's where the length on that back end helps you. And I'm talking about Jamal Peters. Just is tall DB, 6'2". And then here, he says no. Swatted that away back in the cheap seats.
Trying to dump it over the top.
Get a vertical measurement on that. I'd say high 30s right there, maybe even 40.
3rd and 6. Ryan boots it away. Comes down into the hands of Leak on the far side of the field. 31-yard kick, solid return.
Yep.
Back over the 40.
You know, Dusty, like I was saying, nice play by Jamal Peters, a little camera action for him. Just had an all-star year. Good job. Benefit of having to check it out on the sidelines. You can watch your dirty work right there. Jack Richardson joining in. Yeah, look at it. Look at it. Oh, they're liking it.
Now, with the way he's played this year, I'm surprised he didn't jump up, grab it, and haul it in.
He is up there. We'll get another shot of that. I think he's up there about 40-inch vertical right there. That's sweet.
4 options to the left for Bethel Thompson. Decides to go to the right. Down the field. Lunging out. What a catch. First of the night for Tavares Daniels is a big one.
This is a deep ball. It's how it should be thrown. And finally, we see one with timing. Ball's gone down when he's even with the defender. By the time he gets there, he's over the top. McLeod gave him a chance in stride. Oh, that's nice. And again, Toronto's dominating this third quarter and knocking on the door and really flipping the script here early in the second half.
They've had to settle for field goals so far. Trying to change that right now as they go to Ambles.
You talk about Tavares' first catch, and boy, that was a big, just looking at it one more time because it is pretty. Cloud keeping the safety in the middle, lift it. It's just timing. Deep ball is a timing throw. And you saw it there. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. Tavares did the rest. Boy, he's fun to watch. 6-year player from Baylor.
7th different player to catch a ball from MBT tonight.
Notre Dame, excuse me.
Far side again. Ambles high. incomplete. McConzo trailing in behind him. Cloud Bethel-Thompson knows he missed on that one.
Yes.
That'll bring up 3rd down. And we've got an excellent 4th quarter on the way. Edmonton trying to win at home for the first time in forever. They lead 16-12, but Toronto slowly taking the momentum away in this football game. Welcome back to Commonwealth in Edmonton. The Elks leading 16-12. Argos slowly cutting into this, but haven't been able to get that big chunk just yet.
Yeah, Boris Beatty's been on point. I think he had 3 field goals there in that quarter, and they're nipping at the heels of the Edmonton Elks and changing the complexion of this football game. Time of possession, we saw it at halftime. It was almost 2-1 for the Elks in that 3rd quarter. 950 plus for the Toronto Argonauts controlling the football. Stopped the run on defense and took advantage of some good field position, but haven't been able to find the end zone, but definitely the momentum has shifted big time.
Once again, they'll have to settle for a field goal attempt again from Boris Beatty. This will make him 5 for 5 on the day if he can knock it home from 32 yards to make it a 1-point game early in the 4th quarter on a Saturday in Edmonton. And he is money once again. 16-15, Edmonton on top.
Yeah, big day here at Commonwealth in the Brick. All day affair. You know, you had Alberta and Calgary going at it, and you've got junior football being played right here. The Capital District Minor Football Association on display here. And more specifically, look at those guys in light blue shirts out there, the older kids. They're officials, junior officials, a program that they've established because they've got so many people participating in football. And at a young age, they don't have enough officials, and so they started a program. Bud Steen, 30-year official in the Canadian Football League, Hall of Famer himself, for the last couple of years, has instilled this program, got a lot of support, and are just nurturing young officials. And through the Minor Football Association here in Capital District. And to me, that's just absolutely phenomenal, what we need to be doing.
Well, one of the things you always discuss is how are you going to develop officials properly? Well, this is a great way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations to President Tracy Kubacha and Bud Steen for making that happen, having such tremendous success. Over 2,000 kids participate just alone in that Capital District Minor Football Association. There's Bud.
Browns up to 104 yards now after a big pickup there. Cornelius quickly to Darrell Walker. And Walker hangs on as well. We talked about the junior football in that last little segment. This was earlier today right here at Commonwealth. Yeah. University of Alberta Golden Bears and the Calgary Dinos, and it's the Dinos coming away on top 24-11. But nice to see the connection here.
Just incredible. The synergy gives me goosebumps. Yeah.
Great day of football here in Edmonton. Golden Bears weren't able to deliver that win against Calgary. Hey, the Elks will look to do it against Toronto.
Yeah, they are trying to snap an ugly streak here. They got to find their groove here in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 2. Back to Brown, and he's got the first down, patiently waiting, finding some space, and taking it down inside the 45.
Yeah, he was shut down in that 3rd quarter. I think he just had 5 yards in the 3rd quarter. And Toronto's one of the reasons for success. Yeah, look at some of these kids that participate in the program. Ballers, some officials. I just love it, man. You got your Jake Irelands out there. You got your Bud Steens, your Glenn Johnsons, your Donnie Cousins. You got officials out there.
Dylan Mitchell with the completion for a first down.
That's a big one.
Hauls it in at the 30.
Big one just for momentum factor and keeping this drive alive and marching down into scoring position here. Good protection, solid throw, nothing complicated, just good fundamental football. Layered it up, just curl flat, taking the top off. Find him sitting in the hole.
Edmonton looking to improve to 4-2 against the East this season.
Taylor's making me hungry doing a chicken wing like that.
Pressure coming. Cornelius gets it away down the field. Intercepted. Deshaun Amos hauls it in. Cornelius was hit as he threw. Tried to avoid being sacked. Tosses an interception instead. Richardson got a piece of him. Job finished.
Yeah, now they're looking at what we're fixing to show you, what they just did. And that's forced Taylor Cornelius to make a terrible decision as they bring 8, 9 people, and it's going to be Deshaun Amos. It's going to be Shaq Richardson off the edge, and Amos is going to be on the back end of this, fourth-year player from East Carolina, on a poor decision from Taylor Cornelius. Under duress, throws the ball up, takes points off the board, and gives momentum back to Toronto.
They are pinned deep here. Bethel Thompson has a completion, second of the game to Tommy Neild, and that will give the Argos some breathing room as they try to set up a drive that could possibly give them the lead.
Yeah, just some base offense here. Curl, the flat route, little bang route to take the underneath, from underneath the curl, take that out of the way. You see Tommy running in that hole. It's an easy pitch and catch. Simple concept, well executed.
Bethel Thompson, 13 of 20 for 159 yards. Looks down the far side. Gittins Jr. He hauls it in. Pushed out of bounds by Treston DeCoud. Yeah, those not after another big chunk.
Yeah, those have not been easy to come by for the Argos tonight. And here's the corner route here. You're going to watch him do this. And this one's going to be feathered in there really nicely by McLeod Bethel Thompson. Saw a deep ball to DeVaris, which was nice, and that one right there, man, he's feeling it here in the second half.
Third catch of the game for Gittins Jr. MBT stepping up, taken down. Serezna wouldn't let him get away.
Now Protein was right there. That's what they call, his teammates call him. Workout guru, much like A.J. Olette. Folds off his block, eyes the quarterback, takes him down. Easy pickings.
Couple yards on the play, though, for Bethel Thompson. So it's 2nd and 8 on the Toronto 41. Trailing by 1 are the Argos. Edmonton's going to bring some heat. Bethel Thompson's going to look down the field. For the taking, but it falls incomplete.
Both quarterbacks under duress here, back-to-back series, throwing the ball aimlessly into harm's way, and he was fortunate not to come away with the interception here. Yeah, Gittins shuts it down. He's lifting it out there. He's got no clue that the ball's been thrown. Man, just a disconnect there. Now it's going, what is happening?
Haggerty now has to kick it away back to Edmonton. Salisbury backpedaling. Finds a little bit of room on the near side of the field. He'll take it up to the 40, 45, 50 before he's finally...
That's a late hit.
And there's a flag on the play as Edmonton gets some momentum on a return from Christian Salisbury.
At the end of the play, major foul.
Vernon Adams and BC with a great opportunity to separate themselves from the Stampeders for second in the West. Lions, Bombers coming up after the Elks and the Argos.
What up, mama? What up, Kaylee? What up, everybody else at home? Hey, we about to get this dub, though. We about to get this dub, though.
Looking forward to the second game of the night. Big return from Salisbury has Edmonton in business, leading 16-15 with just over 9 minutes to play. Jarrell Walker was busy early on, has a nice catch here. A couple of extra hard yards as well. There's Salisbury really swinging this game right now.
Yeah, needed it big time from the special teams. 3 phases, and Christian Salisbury, first-year player from West Alabama, gives him a 53-yard return on a 58-yard punt. Netted 5 yards for the Argos. That's not good. It's exactly what the Elks needed here midway through the fourth quarter.
Edmonton has not had a punt return or a kick return since 2015. And I know some around the organization think he might be the guy who eventually is going to do it. This could get ugly. They're not listening to the whistle, are they?
No, that was just everybody. I mean, this game's on the line. Huge game for the Argos. Stay up on Montreal, who's nipping at their heels.
We need one more. We need one more. We need one more. We need one more. Yeah. Let's go. Lock in and go get their ass. Lock in and go get their ass. Lock in and go get them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. First-year man, little guy.
Let's make history tonight, bro.
Talking to the big boys right there. Just all dial them and get them on same. But nothing wrong with enthusiasm. Nothing wrong with getting everybody jacked up and locking them into the importance. Let's go.
First and 10 from the Toronto 39. Quiet half for this Edmonton offense so far. 4 options out to the right for Cornelius. That's where he's going to end, taking off on the run. And he's gone to the 30, down to the 20, all the way to the 10. Hammered out of bounds at the 5. But Cornelius galloping down the sideline.
Cue up Trey Ford. Man, he took a shot there.
29 yards, 30, give him 30.
I saw it up here, he had the edge, and he can roll. Don't let his size fool you, he can roll, and he cut back in, there's Enoch. Enoch, that's probably his 600th, that'd be fitting if that was 600.
Cornelius still feeling the after effects of a heavy shot from Muamba.
Yeah, I bet. That one wasn't... Yeah, Enoch's at 601. He just entered the 600 tackling club this year. Love that for him.
First and goal from the Toronto 4. Kevin Brown standing in behind Cornelius. They give it to him. Brown pushing towards the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Edmonton. First of the career for Kevin Brown. And the Elks go on top 22-15.
Explosive. That's what the CFL is all about. Big plays. Kevin Brown not going to be denied. Just keep grinding, dragging big man Archambault into the end zone. Huge touchdown for the Elks here. This convert's going to be huge too. Put him up 8.
Castillo out for one more to make it an 8-point game, and that's exactly what he does. Lots of time left here for the Argos, though. A 4-play, 46-yard drive finished off for the first time in his career, first of many, possibly, by Kevin Brown.
Thanks to the whole line, we in there. Yeah, we up now. Big 4 time.
Thanks to the O-line. Hey,
he knows where his bread is buttered. Yeah.
113 yards tonight, and it's been great since joining this team. Finally rewarded with that touchdown, and we're going to look at it in just a minute.
Yeah, you know, it's good to see a kid like that get rewarded. Working hard, 85 in the first half. Just the yards been hard to come by here in the second half. But those are some of the biggest so far.
Castillo drops us in at the 34. Oh, ball pops loose. Edmonton's on it. Gets away from the Argos.
My goodness.
Hadel dropped it. Edmonton scoops it up immediately. Christian Rector, the big fella, all over it.
He doesn't get involved too much. Second-year player from USC, but he just runs right in his own player's back. Daniel Odababae. Ball comes out. Second-year player from USC. Big Rector. Scooping that bad boy up.
Cornelius is on the table, on the sideline being tended to. Trey Ford into the game. Let's send it down to Tom Gazzola for an update here.
Guys, the concussion spotter pulled Taylor Cornelius aside after that Kevin Brown touchdown. He took a look at him initially. The athletic therapist group said that he should be okay, but I just saw Cornelius slam his helmet down. He's not too happy. Obviously not receiving any good news right now.
Heavy shot to the head there when you get another look at it.
Little forearm shiver there to the biscuit, and he's out of the ball game. This young man,
Trey Ford intercepted on a deflected ball, and the Argos take over just like that. Ford comes into the game, and it's picked off by Mechie.
No, that's Mechie.
Royce Mechie hauls it in, his second interception of the season. This one comes on a deflection, and tough for Trey Ford getting into this game.
Trey just trying to operate from the pocket. Richardson gets his hands on it, and Mechie, he almost walked in front of that for a pick six. Ain't nobody can catch him if he was able to keep his feet there, but that's a huge turnover for Toronto. All the momentum seemed to be in Edmonton's way. They just created a turnover on special teams, and then bang, gifted right back.
Neville Thompson over the middle, a completion. Phillips turns and takes it ahead. They continue to work on Cornelius down on the side. Looks like he's going through a bunch of different testing.
Well, regardless, he's out. And let's just hope that it's nothing serious, but he took a forearm shiver to the biscuit by Enoch Boamba at that 30-yard run.
Neville Thompson, he's going to take off now, right up the gut. Slides for a first down to the 35.
I know. I talked to him about last week's run like that. Very similar situation. See parts in front of you. You take what they're giving you, and then you start thinking, okay, I got to figure out a way to get down here. When am I going to shut this down? And McLeod did it again. Huge play.
Nice job by Konar to go up and over top of him to avoid any contact on the slide from the quarterback. Now Bethel Thompson down the field, drops it in, touchdown! Argos answer back. Tavares Daniels hauls it in, and just like that, Toronto strikes.
Time and throw, Dusty, time and throw. He spotted this one out, and the receiver wasn't even on top of the defender. You're gonna look at it from McLeod's perspective. Just lifts it, ball's in the air. Defender doesn't even know it's there.
Jamie Harry was looking somewhere else.
And watch when the ball's in. I mean, if you can see the whole shot, it's just a timing round. It's a beautiful throw and catch. And gets me excited, obviously, up here in the press box, because that's the way it's supposed to be done.
Love a good timing right there, yeah?
Well, a good timing deep ball for a touchdown when you need it. Yeah, and this is huge here. 2-point conference attempt.
Looking for the tie. Empty backfield. 3 for 3 on 2-point conference this year. Bethel Thompson, a ton of time. Gets it away. Broken up by the Edmonton defense.
Man, that was huge.
Donovan Olumba in his first CFL game, celebrating as he heads towards the sideline.
Yeah, first-year player for Portland State, long and lanky, 6'2", the way that Chris Jones likes him. Yeah. Let's take a look here. Touchdown throw, just right over the top. Just outside release, and down the sidelines he'll go. But watch when the ball's thrown and when get it gone. He's even and he's leaving. The ball's over the top. Almost backpedaled in the end zone. Jamie Harry had no idea. It's perfect timing. Boy, that's pretty.
2 catches for Daniels in this game. That one there for the touchdown. 2 of them combined for 74 yards.
Talk about a defensive play here. This is a tied up. Just like a blanket coverage by Donovan Olumba. Knocks that ball out. Otherwise, we got a tie ball game. Toronto's still down 2.
Oh, yeah, baby. Salisbury, does he have another big one in him? Takes it at the 15. Up to the 30. Stays on his feet. Stumbles past the 35. And Cornelius comes back out with the offense.
That's surprising.
Got the clearance, obviously, to go ahead.
Yeah. That's good to see, right? You don't want anybody hurt in this game. We've seen way too much of that. It's good to see him out there.
Chris Jones and his team looking for the first win at home since he returned in almost 1,100 days for the organization. Cornelius, they have a drive here to seal it away. They'll start it into the belly of Brown. Takes it out to the 40. And that will take us inside 3 minutes in Edmonton. Argos making things very interesting. DeVaris Daniels hauls one in. We've got a 2-point game in the first half of a Saturday night doubleheader.
With Zach Collaros resting, 25-year-old Drew Brown set to make his first CFL start. It's the Bombers, it's the Lions. Coming up after Toronto and Edmonton.
Let's go, Wayne!
Drew Brown, young quarterback. Another one right here. Taylor Cornelius, chance to seal this game away.
Yeah, just watching him spread his wings and try to find that elusive victory here in his own backyard.
2nd and 7, pressure coming from the Argos. Cornelius tipped down. Got there just in time. Jonathan Jones, first career sack. She's a biggie.
Oh, that's amazing. You talk about just what they needed. The Argos needed a big play in 2nd and 7. Biggest, he's coming here right off the edge, and watch him extend his right arm, lower leg, as he tries to step out of the tire and brings him down. Wow. Timely play. Jonathan Jones, Toledo making it happen.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left as Ryan kicks this away. It'll be taken at the 45 by Leak, 38-yard kick. And he is driven back just inside his own 45. A ton of time left in this football game.
Yeah, this is just athletic play after athletic play we're seeing here. Just got him on the toe.
Push that leg in enough to bounce off the other leg and trip.
Yes, and Corey Mace, defensive coordinator. Yeah! He's loving life. Yes.
2 huge games with Montreal looming here for the Argos. A win tonight would go a long way. Bob Bethel Thompson trailing by a deuce, starts on his own 44. Over the middle, a completion up to the 50, back to Daniels, who's been pretty clutch, here in the second half.
Speaking of clutch, yeah, it's been McLeod in the second half here, over 200 yards passing now in the second half alone. But that ball was behind DeVaris there, right? That ball's out in front of him. He's still running, and Gainey's in hot pursuit. But that ball's thrown enough behind him where Gainey's able to catch up, make the tackle, force the 2nd and 4. Little things like that. It's what would be broken down in the film room if they don't win this football.
3-man rush, a completion out to the 45 from Bethel Thompson to Gittins Jr. And just like that, Toronto well within the field goal range of Boris beating.
Sandwich now for Boris, in that range. This is Edmonton's trying to get some pressure on MBT. Stands tall in that pocket. Yeah, this is a sandwich for Beatty here. This is tough.
Thompson, pressure from Edmonton. Escapes up the middle, going to be taken down after a short pickup. Serezna on his back again.
Looks like he had
the Rector in there as well.
Looks like he had his receiver right in his face, but he's feeling it. He's got those legs working. He's going to try to take it down the field a little bit with his legs and passed on the throwing option and picked up one. Ace of spades in his back pocket, though, is Boris Beatty.
2nd and 9. A.J. Ouellette stands in to the left of his quarterback. Now over to the right side. Michael Thompson will be throwing again, wide open. He's got a man cut back at the 30. Phillips again. Just completely wide open.
Yeah, and again, it's just put on him. He's still running. But NBT's been really aiming, not just letting it go, just aiming these last couple crossing patterns underneath, knowing how important they are. Getting them on target. We saw that he had to turn a 180 there to catch it.
Allowed McConzo to get over and cut him off.
But hey, huge pass and catch right there.
40 seconds on the clock. This time they'll hand it off. Let's wrapped up immediately. Christian Rector, all 6'4" of them, lunging out to haul in the Toronto running back with 36 seconds on the clock. Blue Bombers Lions coming up right after this.
Looking at a lot of new faces here on the Elks continually. We're talking about Jones. We're talking about Rector quite a bit here. You know, we see Ely on the interior replacing Pelly, who's a new young star. We got a Lumba at corner. We got Hutter getting extension.
Timeout called by Edmonton.
We got Harry trying to figure it out in the corner. A lot of new faces here defensively for Edmonton, scratching and clawing, trying to get a W, but Toronto is looming here with the big legs sitting on the bench waiting to come in.
5 for 5 tonight.
Right.
Boris Beatty.
Timer, please
looking
reset
to
the clock
extend
to 32 seconds.
Streak.
32 seconds.
This will push it over 1,100 days for Edmonton without a win at home, and it will be the 16th straight. It's already a Canadian Football League record, possibly growing by one more tonight.
And I think everybody here is like thinking exactly what we're talking about. As opposed to cheering and being crazy loud right now, trying to get into Toronto's head offensively. I think they're just sitting there. Oh, here we go. A little bit of noise. This is a big play right here.
Can the Edmonton defense make a play? Michael Thompson hands it off. Ouellette right up the middle, down to the 10. 5 touchdown. That'll seal it, a dagger into the heart of the Elks, courtesy A.J. Ouellette. And Toronto goes on top.
A.J. stealing some of KB's thunder right there. Kevin Brown's thunder. Just, like you say, Dusty, dagger in the heart.
First lead of the game for Toronto comes with 27 seconds left. That ball was going nowhere. Hey, he had it wrapped up, secure. Too easy.
Great fucking job.
Second of the season for A.J. Ouellette.
Oh, yeah, that was good timing on the microphone there. that was timely running there, play call. Credit Ryan Dinwiddie for that play call. You know, obviously passing down situation. Well, you know, your run is in play because you got the
goal.
After the play, misconduct, 10-yard penalty against Toronto. Check Toronto, number 89. That penalty will be applied on the kickoff.
Cam Phillips taking a penalty after the touchdown.
You know, just a solidly blocked up front, big hole for AJ. And he's holding that football like it was his life depended on it. Two hands from about 20 yards out, untouched. Big time play.
Beatty with the extra points. Knocks it home, and it is a 5-point game. Time for our Advil dual action play of the game. How about this one?
Yep, right there. Boom.
Where was everybody?
It's a trap. It's a counter trap. Just boom. Into the secondary, untouched. There's a guy who's done that a few times himself, Andrew Harris, the guy that he's done an exceptional job in replacing, filling in his absence.
I love to see it. Great block.
Liver King made it happen tonight. 10 yards carry. That ain't bad.
It's a decent average.
Decent.
Yeah. Yeah, Brown on the other side, you mentioned. A great night, 121 yards and a touchdown. But it's Ouellette who likely seals this thing away. 27 yards to finish it. Now, Toronto will have to kick from the 20 after the penalty to Phillips. We know Salisbury's explosive.
Yeah.
But this had to be a heroic effort here.
Good return. He take a couple shots in the end zone for sure. Cornelius is going to have the arm strength to get it there if he gets it to this 45, 50.
They'll kick it to Salisbury. Takes it at the 30. Stumbling ahead.
That's not a very good. That was great coverage. Hoyt all over it there.
20 seconds and a long way to go for Taylor Cornelius, who had to be taken out of this game by a concussion spotter. Ford comes in, throws an interception.
Tip ball.
Tip ball.
Yeah. And then that play right there, Trevor Hoyt, second-year player from Carleton on that special teams, getting Salisbury. And that open field tackle, that's huge.
Is there a miracle in the cards here at Commonwealth tonight? Cornelius with his three-man pressure, still going to be flushed out to his right, stays on its feet, now is going to gun one down the field, looking for Walker, and he hauls it in. Jerome Walker taken down just inside the 30. And they're going to have time
Taylor's
for a shot, you would think.
Taylor's saying kill the clock. You don't have to. Just get him set up and freaking get her going. Clock stops on the referee's whistle.
Thank you. That's good.
Toronto called a timeout. Timeout, Toronto.
So Toronto calls the timeout.
Yeah, I seen Ryan Dinwiddie running down the sidelines.
Let's go!
I think that's a good call by Ryan there, trying to get his defense on the same page here. Let them catch their breath after this play. Circus catch by Darrell Walker, who's had a night.
I guess it's never over, right?
It's not.
Something we have to learn.
I didn't want to say anything.
Never over.
There's 27 seconds on the clock.
Edmonton trying to steal one late here.
I think you can get 2 plays in 9 seconds here, depending on how your first one goes.
They work from the Toronto 28. Cornelius towards the end zone, up for grabs, and it falls incomplete. 3 seconds on the clock. Throwing one towards Jackson, who does not have a catch in his career, playing his first game tonight.
And you got Chris Edwards coming over. No, no. That was Haggerty, Josh Haggerty. If you just a little more aggressive back to that football instead of going sideways, or Amos even is trying to undercut it, but I think Haggerty, he comes back to the football with more aggressiveness. That's an easy pick.
Comes down to this for Edmonton to end the streak at just under 1,100 days without a home win. Cornelius circling around, steps up in the pocket, sends it towards the end zone, incomplete. Toronto breaks it up, and the Argos will survive. 28-23, the final. Came right down to the wire.
Oh, that's painful. Oh, so close. Scratching and clawing.
What a finish. Cornelius looking around. In the end, throws it in the direction of Jackson again, playing in his first game. Would have been a heck of a way to make your first catch.
Yeah, 6 defenders standing in the end zone, waiting for this to happen. Rush trying to get to Cornelius, chasing him all over the place. He steps up in a pocket and finally launches one into obviously double coverage, but that's what you're going to get.
Cornelius not happy. Jones disappointed, but a big win for Toronto today.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Montreal, next 2 games with them, it's going to be everything. And they're back-to-back, right? Next 2 weeks.
Huge back-to-back coming up with Toronto and Montreal for top spot in the East. For the first time in 9 years, Toronto comes out to Commonwealth and picks up a victory. The drought continues at home for the Elks. That'll do it for us. Good night from Edmonton. Let's send it back to the studio.